What's up, everybody? This your boy Steven J, and I'm here with Simply Steve, and we're talking about wrestling, WWE, WWF, UWF, AWA, ECW, and maybe a little bit of TNA, maybe a little bit of Lucha Underdog. I said maybe. So we're gonna kick it off. Starting off with Monday Night Raw last night. Well, I personally didn't think Raw was that bad last night.
Out of all the Raws that have been this year, I think that was a nice way to end it.
No, it wasn't. That was the dumbest way to end it.
Well, the last segment, yes, but I think I had to give it a B minus, close to a C.
No, I thought the whole Raw, I would give it a B. The ending, however, I gave a.
I gave that a.
The ending, I gave a C.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I would have held the Authority out by Royal Rumble. I wouldn't have done it so quick right after Survivor Series.
For real though.
So
I also believe we was gonna see maybe Stone Cold run to Raw before the Authority came back.
Stone Cold, Mick, The Rock, somebody. Personally, again, I still would love to see Shane O'Mac come back. Or I would rather see Vince McMahon run it. And see what he would do with it.
I found it interesting that they didn't show who the next guest GM was next week, so I figured they was doing something. And just quite honestly about coincidentally the Authority being there that same night, whatever.
I didn't know they were there.
I didn't know. I'm saying coincidentally, he says I bring the Authority back and then they walk out. That's what I'm saying.
Well, first of all, here's one of my number one problems. I personally think Edge and Christian are funny.
You said problem?
Yeah, I think they're funny. They got like less than 5 minutes of mic time. That's it. First segment, they got interrupted by Seth Rollins, and then
Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar.
Then they're gone. They don't show up again until the end of the show, where they get like another 2 minutes before Seth comes out, and then it's all over again. Because then there's Seth Rollins, and then John Cena. I don't think so. I mean, what's the whole point of bringing two legends out who had charisma in the ring, but you don't really utilize it at all? Anyway, so we go again. Overall, I thought it was a B. So my match of the night
Tag team match
was a tag team match between the Usos and Miz Mizdow. Very close to that. I did like Ziggler, and didn't he fight Rusev?
Mm-hmm.
Him and that Rusev match was pretty good.
Ziggler's just on a high note right now that they couldn't afford to have him lose, so they have him win by disqualification.
Well, first of all,
and plus, would it be a big deal for Rusev to lose on the last Raw of 2014? I don't know, but they're saving it obviously for Ryback, I guess.
my point is, I don't even remember when he ever actually lost. Did he ever lose a match?
Rusev?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not by pinfall submission.
I understand that.
Only by countout or disqualification.
Who did he lose to by countout?
Well, I don't really know. He's mostly likely been disqualification, but
As everybody he beat, as he started off, he beating all the black guys, and I can't remember anyone beating him, because I know at the same time they had Dumb leave with his dumb streak. And matter of fact, where's he at?
he's hurt.
How did he get hurt?
I'm not sure, but I think he broke his foot or something like that.
Anyway, so let's start with Monday Night Raw.
So Raw opened up with Edge and Christian. As he said, they were pretty funny last night. Always funny. And interesting to point out is
I didn't say they were funny last night. I said they are pretty funny. I said, but they weren't given enough time to actually be funny.
You were still laughing anyway. Regardless. Anyway, one point I did note out that Christian is basically retired now.
I didn't know that he retired.
I didn't know that either, but he what do you call it? He's had way too many concussions in the WWE. He's actually cleared to wrestle, but he's had way too many concussions so that WWE can't afford to, do anything with him anymore. So he's basically retired from in-ring wrestling now, and he still got about a year on his contract left. So we'll see him doing his peep shows and maybe making an appearance every now and then, but that's it. He's for wrestling level, he's done. Will he be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. Next year or this coming up year, I don't know, but we'll see. And as we know, Brock Lesnar came out. I guess it just to kind of call out Cena or whatever. Cena comes out. He attempts to attack Heyman.
That's stupid.
To sucker in Brock.
That's just stupid. When he came out, I figured he would immediately go after Brock, but he didn't. He the whole dump again. That's stupid. That's one of the reasons why I can't stand John Cena. Let me go up to Paul Heyman. I was hoping to sucker you in. Why sucker him and just go after it?
Well, if he heads toward him, he might just exit the ring. But if he goes after Paul, he's gonna try to help him. But whatever. So that's pretty much that. We didn't see Brock till the end of the show, but that's pretty much it. So the next match,
he's made 2 appearances.
Next match, it was first match. It was Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Again, pretty good match with Ziggler in it.
Could have been a match of the night, but I still think the tag team match thing was good.
It was good.
Right now, Ziggler's on the high. He's the only consistent superstar since his first match with Seth Rollins on SmackDown. My problem is, obviously, him and the feud between him and Harper is over. So who are you going to feud Ziggler with now? I thought they were going after Seth Rollins and have them feud because they actually have good matches. But they're just throwing him out there. Well, let's try this guy this week. Let's try this guy next week. Let's try this. Let's try that. And my thing is, he's been giving great matches. But my problem is, it's going to get stale. It's going to get stale because there's no consistency as far as him feuding with somebody. Him and Harper was a great feud. And I'm trying to think, who did he feud with before? Him and Miz had a little feud going on. It was okay. I really don't like the Miz, but it was okay. And I'm trying to remember before that who he feuded with, but again, now it's just since Survivor Series, we'll put him with this guy. We'll put him with that guy. I mean, he's gotten a little bit of mic time, but it's like they don't know what to do with him yet. And that concerns me.
Well, Ziggler said 2015 will be his year where he'll become the man. So we'll see about that. But then again, I'm really concerned now because Daniel Bryan said that he'll be back by the Royal Rumble. And if history does sometime repeat itself, will the fans turn on Ziggler because they want Bryan to win? Will they turn on Reigns because they want Bryan to win? That concerns me a lot because they're like, all right, Bryan's been out all this time. He's gonna be back in the Rumble. All right, let's go. We want we're gonna have him back in the championship picture. But at the same time, Ziggler's has rose up, and Reigns is trying to go up. So.
I still say that the Yes movement isn't as strong as it was during WrestleMania and after WrestleMania before he got hurt.
Well,
and I mean, he had the Yes, but again, people were there, and they did the Yes. But again, he only got that is because it was like we wanted to see him win the title going up against Triple H. Is Triple H going to come after him again?
That'd be old. We don't want to see him there. Because it's like,
okay,
that was the underdog story of him, the man or whatever, keeping him down. Like, no, you're never going to achieve your greatness. Then
well, if that's the case,
but then he got hurt.
Then he has no momentum whatsoever.
His only goal is to regain what he lost. But Triple H did say, if there is no number one, John Cena is number one contender, but if there is no number one contender, he does get his opportunity back at least to gain a championship
When did
match.
you say that?
He said that in an interview with Michael Cole.
That if Daniel Bryan comes back?
Yeah, he'll get a. He said if there is no number one contender, he might consider letting him get a rematch.
There's always a number one contender. There's always a number one contender. So
John Cena's been number one contender for like 4 months. So.
And he sucked at that.
Alright, so Ryback helped Ziggler after Rusev was beating down on him.
And what the heck? Ryback comes out
He explains his life story.
and then he's talking about, you know, when I was a kid, people called me bald head because I didn't have any care when I was 5. And I started to work out. And this happened, and when I was 16, I grew a mustache and all my hair fell out. And let me show you my knee. I got cut right here. And that's what happened to me when I was 15. And I went in tough enough and I got kicked out from there. What the heck was up with that? That doesn't even make any sense. He's giving his heartfelt story, and then 20 minutes later, Daniel Bryan comes in and does the same thing. Whoa. And he's acting like he's going to retire. Hey, nah, but then he's, that was nasty. We can never get that again. It's just something with it. If anything, what do you call it? Boston Market or Wawa. Chicken noodle soup is the best. It's just like, I think it's the broth that's with it. It's just nasty. It leaves like an aftertaste. That's my wife over there. She's in her pajamas. Say hi. I want y'all to see my wife. So he gets on, and Ryback gets in, he's telling his whole, what was the whole point?
Well, he said
of that?
Well, he said we didn't know a lot about him, so which I guess technically is true.
We did know a lot about him. We knew him as Skiff Sheffield.
That's all we knew about him.
That's all we cared about.
And eventually, everybody at some point always tells us their life story.
Look, no, when you make it, then you can tell your life story. When CM Punk made it, they came out with a DVD, CM Punk DVD. Greatest or world's greatest, whatever he is. Same thing with Shawn Michaels. Same thing with Triple H. Same thing with Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold, whatever. Ryback hasn't arrived yet. Now I don't need to know your life story, dude. Shoot, I ain't asked you all that. Well, that's just a waste of a segment.
Technically, the WWE screwed him up. Otherwise, he would have been made it. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I agree with that. He would have made it, but he didn't.
Because the WWE screwed
He
him
was
up.
the main event on several pay-per-views, and he came up short.
Well, it's his fault. It's their fault. But anyway, all right. So then we had Natalya versus Nikki Bella. Nikki won. All right. So then we get to the match of the night: the Usos versus the Miz and Damien Mizdow. Again, the match was awesome. A lot of back and forth action. I really thought it was over after the Miz had the knees up to catch the Usos and then hit the skull crush finale. Thought that was it, but to surprise. The Usos kicked out and were able to gain the titles. But I already knew what that meant, that the Ascensions will be the one to take it from them.
From the Usos?
Yeah.
We didn't even get to the Ascension yet, and I will talk about that. Yeah, that was the match of the night, the Usos versus Miz and Mizdow. This is like the 13th time that the Miz done pulled Mizdow in the way for him to get beat up. When are they going to break up and go their separate ways?
You mean when is Mizdow gonna get tired of the Miz?
But the question is, without the Miz, is the Mizdow gonna be? It's like I said before, Rowan Harper without Bray Wyatt. To me, they're obsolete. Yeah, they put on some good. Well, Harper's put on some good matches. Rowan to me hasn't. I mean, he had one feud with the Big Show and it's over already.
It was boring.
So without Miz, the Miz is Damien Sandow, and again, Stone Cold says there's a lot in Sandow that he sees that he likes, if given the opportunity. Right now, the dude is just funny, doing the stupid stuff outside the ring and everything. I still think it's dumb, but in some cases it is funny or whatever. But without the Miz, that's the question. Without the Miz, is he going to be able to carry his momentum? with him. And everyone that has always teamed up with The Miz always ended bad anyway. Same thing with Alex Riley. Same thing with Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan had a successful career. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I said...
You said everyone who was teamed up with The Miz has always had a bad career.
No, I said it always ended badly with The Miz.
With the... Oh, I thought you said...
Pay attention, man.
I thought he said that they always had a bad career.
Pay attention.
All right, so then Cesaro came out.
Hold up, Cesaro had an opportunity, and I thought that's where he was going. And I still think they're doing him wrong. Ever since he spoke out against Cena, he's been the jobber every week. But he came out, and when he said it, you know, I know what I can do. The fans are with him, just like that. Yeah, that's what we see in you too. But then he turns on the fans. I don't need you. Why do that when the guy is good? He's a great in-ring competitor. He's good. He's a good mat technician. Again, I still think that they should use that angle. As far as what Vince said, I don't have it. I'm gonna show you that I have it, and name a move called it, the it factor or whatever. The it factor. The it factor or whatever. Then you had Wade Barrett come back, and he lost. Cesaro lost to Wade Barrett. Again, Wade Barrett was on the road before he got hurt. I'm just afraid that he's Kevin Nash. He gonna walk up the step and pull a hamstring or tear ACL or something. I mean, I like Wade Barrett, but I mean, dude gets hurt every 6 months.
Well, bad news, Barrett. He's with the fans now. He's a face. So let's see how well that works for him. All right,
I don't think he's a face yet.
He's a face.
I don't think he's a face yet. Because before he got hurt, he was technically a steel heel because he was talking about everybody.
Well,
I technically would have brought him back during Royal Rumble is what I would have did.
All right, so then we had Swagger versus Harper. Boring match, whatever.
Who?
Swagger versus Harper.
Oh. Yeah, I don't even who won.
Harper. Alright, so then we had Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. That match is okay. I mean, it wasn't Dean Seth. It wasn't Ziggler Seth, but it was something. Obviously, you knew the Big Show was gonna be out there to attack Roman Reigns, and that's exactly what happened. Dumped the table on him, whatever, like that. So hopefully he's all right. All right. Alright, so then of course you said Daniel Bryan.
Well, I got a question because I said what's going to happen to Seth Rollins without Dean Ambrose. Obviously, they're still going with the Dean and Bray feud. So since him and Seth stopped feuding, Seth has been on Bring the Authority Back trip. He hasn't really feuded with anyone.
I think Dean has just been Dean.
He hasn't really been feuding with anyone, and so again, I think he's lost momentum. Yeah, he's getting a lot of time. But I don't think that he's at the same height he was when he was facing Dean. And I don't think if Dean and Seth was at a 10, Dean and Bray is about a 6.5. Seth right now is about a 4.
Well, I don't think any match will really compare to Dean and Seth. Like you said, Seth hasn't really had a feud. Dean and Seth hasn't really had a feud. We first thought it was going to be Orton. Then we thought it was going to be Ziggler. But ever since the Authority left, he's been trying to get Cena. So I guess obviously he's been in a feud with Cena.
No, he hasn't.
Technically, he's been trying to get the Authority back for like a month.
But they haven't really been in a real feud. So then, you had
Dean Bryan come out with his fake, making everybody think he's about to retire. Until he turned around and said he's going to be at the Rumble. Again, I'm still thinking, hopefully they don't turn on Ziggler after everything he's done all this year.
The only way they'll turn on Ziggler is if Daniel Bryan is like number 30 again, and Ziggler comes out like like Batista did. That's it. But again, Daniel Bryan, I don't think he has the momentum that he once had. It'd be great to see him come in like 15. But matter of fact, I would like to see him and Ziggler go at it. That would be a great match.
Well, Daniel Bryan obviously won't be the same. He won't be doing any of that same stuff he used to be doing because of his neck and whatever like that. But the Yes Movement will be alive again. Like you said, it may never be as big as it was at WrestleMania and the day after that. But we'll see. He'll always have momentum. But he's definitely not the same Daniel Bryan, especially since he hasn't been wrestling. Alright, so the Ascension debuted, and they debuted against The Miz and Damien Mizdow.
First of all,
their finishing move is dumb.
I looked at the promo that they've been posting on the WWE Network because I hadn't even seen it yet.
You finally saw it yesterday.
I finally saw it, and they stood up like they were vampires or whatever. So they were like this. We are the Ascension. And I was like, what? And I was like, are they vampires? Count Chocula and Blueberry?
And then what's their name? Victor and Connor? What?
And so I'm like, I thought the WWE got away from the whole cartoony thing that they talk about on the Monday Night Wars. Our characters were more make-believe and cartoony, and we were. I mean, I don't mind the get up because they were. I actually watched them in NXT. They were great in NXT, but again, NXT is the minor leagues. WWE Raw is the major leagues. Their debut, you had to have them debut against Miz and Mizdow or whatever.
Who and then try to face, like, bro.
Huh?
Who was you gonna have them face? Like, the lost matadors ain't gonna be no challenge for them.
I would have had them fight that, or I would have made up the tag team how they did with Ryback.
Some jobbers for them.
Exactly. I would have had them face New Day.
New Day? Alright, yeah. We haven't seen the New Day.
But again, because the New Day is dumb. But the Ascension, I think the debut was horrible. They just did it all wrong. What they should have did was had them come down and interfere with the Miz Uso match. And let's say maybe they caused them the Miz to lose or whatever, or they came out to just check out the Usos and what's the name, and those guys looking at them or whatever, make a debut that way. But the way they came in to face the Miz and Mizdow after they had already been in the fight already, I think that was just stupid.
Well,
who coughs like that?
The Cutting Edge Peep Show was on with Seth Rollins.
And again, it was dumb because again, Edge and Christian said 10 words, and then Seth comes out, brings out Big Show, brings out J&J Security, and they beat up Christian, and they put their foot on Edge's neck. We want to bring back the Authority. Okay, I'll bring them back again. I don't even mind the Authority coming back.
No, wait, here's the thing. I like Triple H, okay? He's done a heck of a job on the WWE, 13-time champion, DX and everything like that. Awesome job. Stephanie, she's okay. She exaggerates on a lot of things. But, you know, but the Authority, I just don't like the Authority. It's just, nah, I just don't like it. I mean, if you're going to bring them back, fine. I don't care. But as we said earlier, it's too soon. I would have brought him back, like maybe Rumble, maybe even a storyline for WrestleMania. But after a month, after they've only been gone for a month, come on. I mean, they're always gonna see Stone Cold for the referee takeover, Rock takeover one, Mick Foley.
But they already did that, so I mean, they were going that way, and I don't think they had that many options as far as, well, let's just go ahead and bring the Authority back. Which again, the only reason why they were going is because it was him and Stephanie was doing that magazine for the fitness, whatever. It's probably what they were doing. But I don't mind the Authority coming back. I think it's just a little bit too soon for them to come back. But the whole way that they came back, okay, all right, I'll bring the Authority back.
See, if I was Cena,
that just makes me sick. I don't like John Cena.
See, if I was Cena, I'd have been like, you gonna do it anyway. So I would have just charged in the ring and kept the Authority away. Well, everything like that. But then, like I said earlier, how they did not show who we're gonna be running Raw next week, I kind of figured the Authority would be back. Since technically, even though SmackDown is taped on Tuesday, it'll be shown on Friday, but whatever. Technically, 2014 for WWE is over. So I have this thing where we're reflecting on all the big things that happened in 2014. It's only 20 things, short. So, alright. What? I said, I found this list on Bleacher Report that says all the big things that happened in WWE in 2014. Alright, so the number one thing, the first thing on the list was the WWE Network. I think it was big. Again, they said they don't have the numbers or subscribers that they want yet. But $9.99 again, it's not a bad deal. Like out of the whole year, for just $9.99, you would have to pay that's like one pay-per-view.
They actually did a poll last night, right after Raw, on their Facebook page that said, did you like tonight's episode? Show of Raw. And you click yes or no. There was more no's than there was yes. There was like 2,000 comments about their displeasure, people's displeasure in last night's episode. And it was more so, most people said what I said, is that, okay, you bring Edge and Christian on, but you didn't give them much time. You bring Dolph Ziggler on, he's still opening up the show. Why is Cesaro still jobbing? And we're tired of Cena. That's what the thing was. So go ahead, do your 20.
Alright, another thing that will always be remembered throughout the ages would be the streak coming to an end.
I think that was the number one thing that happened in 2014 was the streak ending.
Yeah, I would have to say streak ending. So that would be the second thing on the list. Again, Brock Lesnar,
Why are you sighing?
Huh?
Why are you sighing?
Well, sighing.
The streak ending.
Because the streak should never have ended, that's why.
He cried that night.
No, I didn't.
He cried.
Alright, next thing on the list is Brock Lesnar being a part-time champion. It was something different because the championship...
It was stupid, and I still disagree with it.
It's just something because, and
what it says is the WWE title doesn't mean anything like it used to mean. Anytime that the title holder, who's supposed to be technically the flagship of the company or face of the company, is a part-timer, and he doesn't even show up on your flagship show.
Well, I guess even though he hasn't been, it was better than nothing to see him on the last episode of Raw, even though he didn't do anything. Alright, so the next thing was Dolph Ziggler's rise to prominence. Dolph Ziggler has had a pretty good year since that match with Seth Rollins on SmackDown when he broke up with the Shield. Again, he said that he'll have a great year. He'll be the man in 2015. So, if he can win the Rumble, then he may just will be that guy. Again, him and Brock, it had to be like 3 or 4 zigzags for him to take him down, but
I still think that would be a good, and that all depends if Brock stays, because it's saying that he's going back to MMA. Not sure if UFC, but it may be Bellator. Personally, I think it would make a lot of money if they have him go up against Bobby Lashley, because they're both in the heavyweight division. Why not?
Daniel Bryan's Yes movement really took off. 2013 really rose to being known everywhere in 2014, especially after he won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The Yes movement. Alberto Del Rio and
getting fired.
Yeah. No, he was pretty good in WWE. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. I'm not sure.
He's wrestling in the Indie League right now, and he just did a tour overseas, and he did an interview with a guy in London, And he confirmed it that he slapped the guy because the guy said something racial about him, and he said that Triple H was like, okay, we're gonna get rid of you, but just give it a couple months and we'll bring you back. And he was like, nah, I'm not coming back.
Oh, so the next thing would be obvious, CM Punk, and the year that he did to the WWE, him leaving, about his health and his issues with Triple H. I would say Triple H more than Vince, but whatever. And his reasons for leaving, him finally speaking out, everything like that. He definitely, I would say that'd be the second thing that happened this year after the streak ended. This one I'm not so sure, but it's on here. Cody Rhodes becoming gold Stardust.
I thought that was stupid.
I was
still think it's
shocked.
stupid.
I was shocked to see that he was
Hey, look,
Stardust.
a job is a job.
But it worked. So
It worked for that moment. It's right now.
see, it stopped working because they decided to turn him heel for some reason. I don't get the WWE. All right, so the 10th thing on the list would be the Shield breakup. At the time, I didn't really understand.
Yo, you gonna sit there and narrate through each one?
No.
You're talking.
Oh,
How about just hit the Shield breakup? 11. This 12. You gotta talk about everyone.
All right, fine. Well, I do have to say one thing though, and then I won't narrate through each one. You know how we always talk about how in the Shield, it was Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
Okay.
It really didn't just hit me till like a few days ago that Seth Rollins really was that nobody guy in the Shield.
He was. I said that.
I mean, like it really was on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Like, and then Seth breaks away from the Shield, and now he's like this one of the top heels in WWE. I say he's an even bigger heel than Brock Lesnar, even though he ended the streak or whatever like that. He's one of the biggest heels in WWE right now. So Seth Rollins.
Yeah. The WWE universe gets on my nerves. How many times y'all gonna keep saying you sold out? I mean, come on. He sold out 6 months ago. Y'all should be over it by now.
All right, Bray Wyatt's Revolution.
I don't think they should have broke up Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. Next.
NXT is the future.
I agree.
Kenta, Prince Devitt, and Kevin Steen come to WWE.
Yo, Kevin, that boy is a bad boy. He kind of reminds me of Bray Wyatt when he was in NXT.
Damien Mizdow deserves an Oscar.
No.
The Ultimate Warrior makes peace.
Good.
Batista, Boutista, and Blutista.
Yeah. Never liked him. Don't care.
Paige makes history.
Suntan.
Injuries galore.
Yep. Daniel Bryan, Wade Barrett, Roman Reigns,
Last
John
one.
Cena.
Cena wasn't hurt this year.
He was hurt. His elbow.
That was last year.
No, that was this year when he lost to Daniel Bryan.
That was 2013.
No, well,
Yes, it was.
he
Dan
beat Cena
Bryan-
for the title.
Which was at SummerSlam, which was not this year. He went to face Brock this year at SummerSlam.
No, when did he beat
John Cena 2013.
for the title?
Yeah. And the last one was Sting makes it to the WWE. That's about it for the big things that happened in 2014. This is the last thing before I'm done. So we all know, I told y'all a couple of shows ago that Taker would be wrestling at WrestleMania 31 and that he would be against Sting, but it looks like the WWE has changed their mind and he's going to be facing Bray Wyatt now.
Who? Sting?
Taker.
That's stupid.
That's why they've been making him win a lot lately.
Who?
Bray Wyatt. They're getting him ready for Taker.
What for? Again, Tate is old. The man can't take a 30-minute match.
I know, and
Why
Tate always done. Like Vince said, Tate done what's best for business. And if he feels another match is what's best for business, then that's what's best for business.
Then if anything, it should be Sting versus Undertaker.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't really see. Maybe Take might come out and be like, oh, you know, I'm done, and then Bray will be like, let me come put you out of your misery, boy, or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I hopefully you're wrong, because they've been posting Sting versus Triple H on the WWE Facebook page. Could it be possibly happening, whatever, based on what happened in Survivor Series? So, and I mean, that would be interesting, but more so I would rather see The Undertaker face Sting. Black on black crime. That's what they should call it. Anyway, so for Stephen J and Simply Steve, we are done talking about wrestling. Peace.